Hello students, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll share the method how you can write a process chart. So basically our task is the program below shows how instant noodles are manufactured. Basically this is the process of manufacturing of noodles. So first of all you have to analyze all the steps, what kind of steps are there. After that you can plan your overall, and there are two methods to form BPs. The first method is that you can use present indefinite tense to form your BP, and the other thing is that you can make passive sentences. Okay, passive means you can use is or are plus third form of verb. So let's analyze the task first. First of all, flour is stored in storage silos. Storage silos means big structures where huge quantity of something is stored. Okay, after that, in the next step, flour is mixed here with water and oil. As in the third step, you can see that dough sheets means dough sheets are made with the help of rollers, and in next step dough sheets are cut into strips or stripes, and in the fifth step noodle discs are formed, and in the following step cooking is done with the help of oil, and after that noodle discs are dried. And in the seventh step you can see that vegetables and spices are added into cups of noodles, and last step is about labeling and sealing. Okay, so we have basically analyzed the all the steps. So first of all we'll paraphrase. As you know that first of all we have to write down the introduction. In introduction you do not need to add any additional information, you just need to paraphrase it. After that we'll move to overall. In overall you have to mention at least 2 to 3 features. Okay, so we'll mention the total number of steps, and we'll also discuss the processes starting with this and ending with this step. Okay, and then we'll write down the first BP. So let's start. So our task is about how instant noodles are manufactured. Let's paraphrase it. So you can say the diagram illustrates the process by which instant noodles are produced. Okay, so this is all about your introduction. You do not need to add any additional information. See, we have paraphrased some things like in your question there is a shows, but we have replaced it with illustrates, and we have also paraphrased this statement how instant noodles are manufactured. We have paraphrased like by which instant noodles are produced, the process by which instant noodles are produced. This is all about your introduction. Now I'm moving to overall. As I mentioned before that you have to add at least 2 to 3 features. So let's start. So we can start like this. You can simply start like this. Overall it can be seen that the production of instant noodles involves, how many steps are there? Total 8 steps are there. Sorry, involves 8 steps. You can also say beginning with, starting with, or commencing with. Beginning with the storage, as in the first step flour is stored, so that's why we are mentioning the first. After that we'll mention the last step of it. Beginning with the storage, what What is being stored there? It's flour. Okay, storage of raw flour. And ending, you can say ending or culminating. Culminating means ending. Culminating with the labeling and sealing of cups before distribution. See, we have mentioned two things. First of all, we said that total how many steps are there, and after that we said that uh, it begins with this step and ends with this step. This you can do in process chart. Okay, so now we are moving to body paragraph 1, how you can make the sentences now. So you can say that in the first step, flour is delivered and stored in storage or huge silos. I have already explained what is it. Okay, and what else? What's the next step? In the first step, basically flour is being stored. Okay, and we can say that from there, see, we are using is plus third form of verb, means we are using passive sentences. Okay, from there it is transferred to, sorry, I'm not good at typing actually, to a mixing machine where what they are adding, actually not we, what they are adding, water plus oil with flour, where water and oil are added to prepare dough. Basically, first of all, dough is prepared, and what else? Dough is prepared, then we are moving to third step. Okay, in the third step, so I'll also tell you the connectors that you can use in process chart. The dough then passes through rollers. So you can see the dough is passes through the rollers, and to make dough sheets, passes through rollers to make or form dough sheets. Okay, and in the next step, dough sheets are cut into strips. So you can say which are subsequently means in the next step, subsequently cut into strips. Okay, and then what is happening next? Noodle discs are formed. Okay, these strips are then shaped into noodle discs. Okay, so this is all about so we have done with 5 steps, right? Now we can make the second BP. Okay, and what is happening next? Cooking is done. After that, drying is done, and then vegetables and spices are added, and labeling and sealing. Okay, so we can say we can use this connector in the following stages. stage, the noodle discs, discs are cooked with oil and then dried. Okay. After that, for next step we can use this connector. After that, they are placed into cups. They are placed into cups or poured into cups, and what has been added? Vegetable and spices. Okay, this you can also say cups along with vegetables and spices. Now we are moving to the next step. In last step means in the final step, you can say final step, final or ultimate. Ultimate means last step. Ultimate, you would get confused otherwise. Step. The cups are labeled cups are labeled and sealed making them ready for sale. Okay, so we have done with our sample answer. So you can write a process chart like this. Okay, now I'll share some of the connectors that you can use basically in process chart. So the connectors are, so this is of actually between 6.5 to 7 bands. Okay, as we have used lots of connectors and we used passive form, we didn't do repetition, so these kind of things lead this task to 7 bands. And we also covered all the stages clearly, means task achievement is okay, and after that our task is well organized in a logical way, and we also use clear connectors, and we used a range of vocabulary here like transferred, okay, subsequently and all. Okay, so now I am discussing the connectors that you can use in these type of tasks. First of all, you can say at the first stage, or you can say initially, or the process begins with. To start your process, you can use these connectors, and to following next steps, you can say next, after that, and then you can also say subsequently, as we used in our task, subsequently, then, okay, following this in the next step. Okay, what else? In the following stage, in the following step, following step, and for ending, like for the last step, you can say finally, eventually, at the final step, and the process ends with. So these are all the connectors that you can use for your task 1. These are just for process chart. Okay, or yeah, okay. So let's discuss the connectors that we have used in it. First of all, we have used in the first step, okay, and after that we used where, and then we have used which, and again then we have used, then in the following stage, sorry, we have mentioned stage, it's step, okay, and we have also again used then, after that, and along with, in the final or ultimate step, you can say. Okay, so these were the connectors that we have used for our task. Okay, if you want to take the screenshot, you can, and you can try these connectors and write your task like this. Nobody can stop you to reach 7 by doing these kind of things. So if you like it, please let me know in the comment sections, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you.